You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
First National Banking Company. Get checking that pays with Super Plus Checking at FNBC.
One shoe off and running no more. An alleged criminal, who has been on the run since March, has been apprehended after a tip led to his capture. By Lauren Searbert. Brian D. Shackelford, 41, of Hardy was arrested April 16, after a warrant was served by officers from the Hardy and Highland Police Departments as well as the Sharp County Sheriff's Department. According to Hardy Police Chief Ernie Rose, one of his officers, Ashton Hester, had reportedly received a tip on the possible location of Shackelford. "We went to this residence and found out he was in there," said Chief Rose. Officers surrounded the house and went in with the permission of the homeowners, and took Mr. Shackelford into custody. Reportedly, Shackelford was not agreeable to being taken into custody. He did offer some resistance. Hardy Officer Hester and Highland Officer Brian Buchanan had him in custody when I entered the house, said Chief Rose. The 3rd Judicial Drug Task Force was called in to assist on the narcotics seizure, and to transport the suspected methamphetamine, confirmed marijuana and narcotics to the Sharp County Sheriff's Department. Officers were able to confiscate field-tested and confirmed marijuana, suspected methamphetamine and prescription narcotic pills. Shackelford was transported via state police to the Sharp County Detention Center. Shortly after Shackelford had been removed and transported, officers received a call to return to the residence. Later, after we had gotten everything in order and he was transported to the jail, we were called about some property he had left at the residence, said Chief Rose. Officer Hester and I went back and took possession of some property that we have since learned was stolen. The property was discovered to be from a residential burglary in Sharp County. We are turning that case over to the Sharp County Sheriff Department for further investigation, said Chief Rose. According to the 3rd Judicial Drug Task Force, this pending charge on Brian D. Shackelford will be the 3rd DTF felony warrant issued for Mr. Shackelford within a 4-month period. He is also out of Harold Irwin's court on a $10,000 cash-only bond for an FTS. In addition, he is on parole with Gary Clayton from Fulton County, and will be charged as a habitual offender. Shackelford was already being charged for similar offenses after Constable Michael Orsh and Highland Police Chief Jeremy Stevens responded to a call March 14, yielding approximately 5 grams of methamphetamines, a shoe containing identification and cell phone left behind by Shackelford. At that time, Shackelford had been charged with unlawfully and feloniously possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance, to wit, methamphetamine, a Class B felony. Fleeing by vehicle, a Class A misdemeanor, and obstruction of governmental operations, a Class C misdemeanor.
You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
First National Banking Company. Get checking that pays with Super Plus Checking at FNBC.
Protect your children, protect the environment. Cherokee Village helps citizens to dispose of unused prescription drugs. By Lauren Searbert. The Cherokee Village Police Department is teaming up with the Drug Enforcement Administration April 28, from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. for another National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day at the Cherokee Village Police Department, next to City Hall. According to Cherokee Village Police Chief Ricky Crook, this is a great opportunity for people who have subsequently accumulated unwanted or unused prescription drugs to dispose of the medications. It's a good opportunity to get rid of medications you may not be using anymore or that has expired, said Chief Crook. It's a safe way to get rid of the medications. Chief Crook explained that the Take-Back Day is not isolated to Cherokee Village, but is a national event. This is a national initiative. It's not just us, it's sponsored by the D, said Chief Crook. The reason for the Take-Back Day is because a lot of the medications that find their way into our schools are medications from relatives' medicine cabinets at home. On October 29, 2011, Americans that participated in the D's 3rd National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day turned in more than 377,000 pounds of unwanted or expired medications for safe and proper disposal. We received 21 pounds last year, and that represents a garbage bag full of unwanted medication, said Chief Crook. This is a really good program. It gets rid of a lot of drugs, and that way we don't have to see it in our schools. Last year's 21 pounds worth of pills, we don't ever have to worry about getting out on the street, said Chief Crook. Chief Crook explained that there is a company in Camden, Arkansas, that volunteers their services and incinerates the medications, eliminating the risk of environmental hazards from the medications. It helps to keep the chemicals from medication out of our groundwater. It's an effort to try to educate people not to flush medicines down their commode, said Chief Crook. Because that in turn leaches into the groundwater, and causes problems with the water supply. Throughout the United States there were 5,327 take-back sites. After combining the 3 take-back days, the D, with the help of local law enforcement agencies around the country, were able to remove 995,185 pounds of medication from circulation in the past. The amount of prescription drugs turned in by the American public during the past 3 take-back day events speaks volumes about the need to develop a convenient way to rid homes of unwanted or expired prescription drugs, said D Administrator Michelle M. Lenhart. The D remains hard at work to establish just such a drug disposal process, and will continue to offer take-back opportunities until the proper regulations are in place. Chief Crook noted that the take-back day event is completely anonymous. We'll be set up here at the PD. We don't take down anyone's name and we don't ask any questions. We'll have a barrel set up that someone will man and you can just drop them off, said Chief Crook. In the past we have walked out to the car for people, so a lot of times they didn't even have to get out of the car. Cherokee Village residents are encouraged to participate in the National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. With the continued support and hard work of our more than 3,945 state, local, and tribal law enforcement and community partners, these 3 events have dramatically reduced the risk of prescription drug diversion abuse, and increased awareness of this critical public health issue, said Lenhart.
You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
First National Banking Company. Get checking that pays with Super Plus Checking at FNBC.
Droopy eyes lead to dropped signal. A1 vehicle accident was the culprit behind the April 16 telecommunications outage. By Lauren Siebert. Telephone communications were temporarily disrupted throughout northeast Arkansas. April 16, after severe storms swept through the area. The storms, however, were not to blame for the downed telecommunications. Reportedly, Beth and Descartes 32, of Bay, was traveling east on Highway 62, 412 in a white Ford F-150 pickup truck just past the bypass in Hardy, when she left the roadway, striking 2 cell phone pedestals and 2 telephone poles. According to Hardy Police Chief Ernie Rose, he was informed of the accident by a man passing by. A gentleman came to my car and asked if I had gotten the call about the accident down by White Oak Station, and I said no sir, I haven't, said Chief Rose. He told me a truck had run off the road just past the Flash Market between the road and the railway. Upon arrival, Chief Rose assessed the situation and informed the telephone company. She had crossed oncoming traffic, and went off into the ditch between the railroad tracks and the highway. She traveled approximately 300 feet, and ran over 2 of the cell phone pedestals for the telephone company, said Chief Rose. Then she struck one of 2 highline poles. The first one was old and is no longer being used. The older one she had broken, then she came to rest against the new highline pole which is in service. The cell phone pedestals belonging to CenturyLink were responsible for a large portion of the telecommunications for the Quad Cities and surrounding areas. According to CenturyLink Area Plant Supervisor Rob Ziegler, the pedestals had fiber optic cables, which have to do with the telephone and cellular service, said Chief Rose. Telecommunications for the Quad Cities and surrounding areas were out from approximately 7 a.m. until 10 a.m. the same day. Reportedly, Descartes was traveling to visit her mother in Alton Mo. The young lady's explanation was that she had fallen asleep. She was not used to getting up this early, said Chief Rose. She said she was asleep, and doesn't remember leaving the roadway or hitting the pole. Descartes stated to Chief Rose that when she woke up she was against the pole. Approximately $50,000 in damages was sustained during the crash, and an additional $6,000 to Descartes' vehicle. The vehicle was towed by Bell Johns Towing. Spring cleaning keeps the village beaming. Volunteers will gather at the Cherokee Village Senior Center April 28 to help clean the streets. By Lauren. Village Pride in conjunction with King Roads Realty will be sponsoring the Cherokee Village Spring Roadside Cleanup April 28, all throughout Cherokee Village. According to City Councilman Jerry Adams, the cleanup is a volunteer-led event. We do it every year. We do a spring and a fall cleanup, said Adams. Our spring roadside cleanup is when people come down and pick a street they would want to clean. We supply the garbage bags, grabbers, and they walk down the street and pick up litter. Cherokee Village is approximately 15,000 acres and with 300 to 400 miles of road spanning the village. Adams explained, because the village is so large, the cleanup effort is generally spot-specific. We try to concentrate on the main roads and people like to do, near where they live, so they don't have to look at all the litter also, said Adams. Volunteers will meet at 8 o'clock in the morning at the Cherokee Village Senior Center located next to City Hall. We'll have coffee and donuts in the morning supplied by King Roads Realty and lunch also provided by King Roads, and the event is sponsored by Cherokee Village Pride, said Adams. Adams noted that the cleanup effort is in cooperation with Keep Arkansas Beautiful. We work in conjunction with Keep Arkansas Beautiful. They supply us with t-shirts, bags, vests, and gloves. Everything we need to pick up litter, said Adams. All people have to bring is a good attitude and a desire to keep Cherokee Village looking beautiful, and we'll supply everything else. The cleanup effort averages about 50 volunteers, and Adams explained, with so many volunteers, it is a great way to meet new people and make new friends. It's a good way to meet new people and make their community look better, said Adams. If you can't make it on the date, some people will go out the week before and pick up trash. Adams explained that volunteers could participate year-round just by taking a litter getter and picking up trash along the roadways on their daily walks. A lot of people pick up the litter all year long, said Adams. They try and get it taken care of. Unfortunately, some streets get ignored, but we look forward to another good year. We need volunteers and we want to keep Cherokee Village looking nice. If you have any questions about the cleanup, please contact Jerry Adams at 870-847-6422. Adams said, we look forward to seeing them down there.
Thanks for listening to Spring River Chronicle Audio on the Go. Be sure to subscribe to the paper and check us out online at myspringriver.com.